Hey guys, so the last couple of days there's been a lot of divorce talk, a lot of very serious discussions. So I thought we would do something a little different for this video. Um, I say it over and over again, this isn't just my channel, it's y'all's channel too. And so I really enjoy taking suggestions and getting your input, and if I can, creating the content that you guys would like to see. Um, Somebody the other day, Cowboy Dog, said that they would love to see me do a retro foodie reaction. And so I really took that comment to heart, and that's what we're gonna do today, guys. However, this one has a twist to it. So we're gonna go ahead and get on over and see what Chantal is making. I do want to say that Cowboy Dog has their own channel. So I'm going to make sure, since they are the one credited with this video, because it was their idea, I'm going to make sure to leave a link down in the comment so you guys can go check them out, support them. If you subscribe, if you like, if you comment, whatever you do on their channel, please make sure that they know that I sent them, because I really want it to be a way for me to show my appreciation for the input that they give, because I realize that you guys are spending your time on me and you don't necessarily have to. There's tons of other places you could be spending your time, and I just want you guys to know how much I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So we're going to get over here to Miss Chantal and see what she's making today, and then we'll see where our little twist comes in.
Get your cameo today! Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make this Indomie ramen recipe that I'm so addicted to.
I picked this recipe originally because I was like, wow, you can do a lot with ramen. You can do really impressive things with it. So I was really excited to see what she did. However, sad to say, I was horribly disappointed.
So we're going to start with some boiling water and 2 packets of Indomie. And I'm going to add the sauce packets that come.
Okay, crazy thing is, for ramen, it comes in the brick and it's split down the center. And so you're actually supposed to break that in half, because one side of the brick is actually a serving. So she is technically right now eating or cooking 4 servings worth of instant noodles plus whatever else she's going to be throwing in here.
With the ramen. And what I like about this flavor, the fried noodles flavor of Indomie is what I'm using, is it comes with this like sticky, sweet soy sauce packets. And it's just really, really delicious and flavorful. So I'm
Okay, so not only are we getting 4 packs or 4 servings of ramen, and that's already so salty anyways, but now we are also throwing in a whole lot more salt with the soy sauce stuff. Um, if she's gonna drain this off, it might not be quite so bad, but if we're leaving all of this juice in there, that's a lot of sodium for somebody with her health conditions.
going to add all of those that come with it into the water and wash my hands from the sticky soy sauce. Then I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter, a couple tablespoons of tomato paste, and then also I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of thick cream. You can add any cream of choice. You can add milk, cream cheese, whatever you like.
Okay, I love how none of our girls actually seem to know how to measure anything. Because she's like, I'm just gonna do a couple tablespoons. That was closer to like 4 tablespoons, which is gonna add in an extra like 200 calories. And then we have the butter on it. And butter, the richer the butter is, or the more real the butter is, the higher we go up in calorie content. And also, she doesn't say if that's salted butter or not. Is it just sweet cream butter and that's it, or do we have salted butter here? Because all we're really doing is adding on piles and piles and piles of salt. A lot of tomato paste has sodium in it to, really preserve that freshness to make it shelf stable. Um, so this is just a whole bunch of salt at this point.
And then I'm going to also add about half of a bouillon cube. And this is chicken flavor, but again, you can add whatever flavor that you like into it, as if there wasn't.
Okay, and chicken bouillon is just more salt. I'm really disappointed. She could have done so much here to make this a really fresh meal and still have it be as fast, but this is what we are going with.
Enough salt already. I know. And then you're just going to loosen the noodles that have cooked a little bit in the boiling water with a fork. And don't worry, this liquid will all be absorbed. Oops, overspill. And then we're going to add a lid and we're going to.
Is that a cast iron pan? I can't tell with all the steam coming up. Is that cast iron or is that Teflon? Because if that's Teflon and she's running that metal fork in the bottom of it, all she's doing is releasing that Teflon coating and um, putting all those pesticides and poisons and stuff into her food, which is definitely not the best idea ever.
Cook for a couple minutes here. Thumbs up and double bro fist for you guys.
No thanks.
And yeah, I'm looking at my imaginary watch here, letting it cook for just a couple of minutes, not too long. And then we're going to remove the lid and we're going to let the water absorb. So I'm just loosening the noodles completely here. And then, yeah, we're just going to let it cook down. You'll notice that it's bubbling more and getting thicker. So it looks like it's about done.
That's usually what happens when you steam all the juice out and reduce things down. It bubbles faster because there's less liquid. Um, and magically, magically, guys, the broth and juices disappear. I mean, who knew that this kind of thing happens when you reduce stuff down? I learn something new every day.
Done here, so let's eat. Well, hello friends, hello. Welcome back, Beezers, to another video. So, I am going to.
She couldn't even take the time to wipe her face off, like all in the wells of her eyes. She just has sweat pulled up, and she couldn't even be bothered to even just, like, as gross as it is, to even just sit there and before she started this camera, lift her, take her glasses off or whatever, and just sit and rub. Like, let's just get this stuff off. She has long sleeves on. We've seen her do it a million times. Like, that's just laziness at this point.
Show you and eat my delicious ramen recipe. So here's the grand reveal. I have some boiled eggs and some air fried broccoli. Okay, on a piece of this broccoli. So good. Bismillah. And beauty bite. And we have some zero sugar cola.
The Dollar Tree that's around my house for me, I mean, it's literally like I can walk to Dollar Tree in 5 minutes. That's how close it is to my house. They sell those exact same cups there. Did Kuwait have Dollar Trees or something similar?
What are you guys having for din tonight?
We're having chili cheese baked potatoes tonight with broccoli on the side. So, thanks for asking.
Nice and cold. Okay, let's try these noodles. Honestly, you guys, you have to try this. If you love Indomie, if you love noodles, now you can add cheese. But believe it or not, I don't like cheese on my ramen. I don't know why, but I just don't. They're hot. Oh my gosh. The sweet soy sauce, the creaminess of the tomato cream. My broccoli, I air fry it with a bit of butter, soy sauce, onion powder.
So it's just a whole lot more salt. Pretty much. I don't understand why she can't just have one thing on her plate that is healthy. If you're eating these noodles and having all of this other stuff, why not just have the broccoli plain? You could mix the broccoli into that and you would still get broccoli flavor, but you could have it without having to pile on so much crap on top of it.
That's it. Boiled egg. They're hot though. Ow. Might have to give them a minute, I guess.
If they're that hot, how did she get the shell off? I'm I'm confused about how that one works. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. We're gonna boop her up a bit. Okay, this should be better.
I cut off the the egg white tips on the eggs because um, my hamster loves those, and I don't. So
Of course she doesn't because the egg whites are the healthiest part of it for you. That's where all the healthy fats are. That's where a lot of the protein is. That's also where the protein, but that's also where you get the most nutrition from them. The egg whites are the absolute best part. And of course, that's the one thing she doesn't want.
I know, it's kind of controversial to feed domesticated pets um people food, but do you not feel bad them eating the same dry ass kibble every single day? you know.
No, because they don't realize the difference. A lot of animals, like, yes, they have taste buds so that they can taste if something's good or not and to help with their sense of smell. But on the whole, animals do not have the sense of, oh my gosh, do you know it sounds so good today? Ooh, I'm just craving this so much. They don't have that. That that's that's a human thing. But of course, she would equate everything to food and having to sit and watch everybody else eat really, really good food and her be stuck in the corner eating gross stuff.
Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Very yummy. I go through broccoli like I go through junk food. I eat it. I love it. But I guess because it has butter on it and soy sauce, maybe that's why.
The veggie I go through the most is cauliflower. I will make cauliflowered rice or cheesy cauliflower rice, and then on the side of it, I'll have cauliflower wings, and I'm the happiest girl ever. I could sit and eat nothing but cauliflower and be perfectly in heaven.
Mm. I love the Indomie because I find the Korean noodles are really tasty, but so hot. They're way too spicy for me. It's not even enjoyable anymore. No.
I'm trying
But
to
these.
catch it so we can see it.
So I was thinking.
Okay, look at. Oh, wasn't quick enough again.
I know normally I go through a cycle of doing weight loss stuff and then mukbangs, eating unhealthy, whatever. And I don't think the two of those things can coexist. It's because if you declare that you're on a weight loss journey and you eat something like this, despite people not knowing the rest of the day what you're eating, which matters, you know.
Okay, well, what matters, honestly, is caloric intake, unless you just have some real weird medical stuff going on. But overall, it comes down to caloric intake. You guys don't have to take my advice for it, but in the last year and a half, I have lost 65 pounds the natural way. I'm still working on losing those pounds, and it comes down to caloric intake. So, she could eat this, but have one half of a brick, one egg, and broccoli so that she's having it, but it's within her calorie count. Ramen in general, well, anyways, the ramen I get here for my family, for half a package of ramen, so one side of the brick, it is 370 calories for that serving. So it is almost 700 calories. or around 700 calories for an entire pack of ramen, which means just in noodles alone, right there, she has, we'll say conservatively 1400, 1500 calories. We throw in 2 eggs. Those are generally 70 calories a piece for a large egg. So we're at 1640. And then when you add in, and that's not including the tomato paste, all the heavy cream she put in there, which we said, was probably around 200 calories. So we're now sitting at almost 2000 calories. Then we have all the butter that's on the broccoli and the calories from the broccoli. I mean, we are looking at this being a 2300 calorie meal just with what's in there. And so she's like, nobody knows what I do the rest of the day. Okay, well, here's the thing. For me, and I'm not that far off from Foodie's height, I am 4'10", which means for me to be like where I need to be calorically for me to stay the size that I am, I just to make my body function during the day, I need to be eating between 800 and 1900 calories. So she's already gone over 400 calories of what I'm allowed in a day. And that doesn't include the pops she's drinking, the snacks she has, the other meals that she eats. Um, I am always shocked when the girls discuss food, how out of touch with reality they are for what it takes to keep a human body functioning.
Or what exercise you're doing, which also matters. Which I did do the treadmill this morning. We went to bed on a pretty decent hour last night.
Okay, treadmills are great. They really are. And I understand that she would burn more than I do just because of the amount of weight that she has on her body. But generally, if I walk 3 miles a day on the treadmill when my body is 100% filling up to it, I only burn about 180 calories in those 3 miles. So we are 400 calories over our daily caloric intake for us to be healthy. And we may have burned maybe 100 calories because I don't know that she actually was ever able to walk a mile. So now we're only 200 over just from sitting here. So yes, exercise matters, but it only matters if you're staying within your limits.
Woke up at a very good hour, well rested. But like, or if I show that like I have like a bag of chips or anything that's not like diet food, um, all the time or whatever. Like, there's a person who, for example, lost weight eating only McDonald's. Like, it's not.
Okay, they lost weight eating only McDonald's. They did, and you can do it. You can lose weight eating only Twinkies. Like you would be shocked at the ways that you could lose weight, but the difference is that they set a limit of I'm allowed 2000 calories a day. That's it. So whatever I get from McDonald's has to absolutely fit within that 2000 calories because it is about caloric intake and she doesn't seem to grasp that and it's infuriating.
Not healthy, but I'm looking for, like I've said, even though I've like explained what I'm trying to do a million times, like calorie deficit, it just, people think you're failing at your journey if you combine eating videos with weight loss videos.
Okay, no, it wouldn't be failing because you could do a 2000 calorie meal. Not over, not under, just do 2000 calorie meal and then eat nothing for the rest of the day. Just have water. You would be successful, but you cannot do that.
So I think that when it comes to my case, that um, I don't think people will think I'm serious about my health journey anyway until there's a lot more progress.
And we've only gone in the opposite direction since this.
So what I think is the best thing to do is like put off weight loss videos until I do have like more progress, more positive things to say. I know that might upset a lot of people, but
Okay, do y'all see what's hiding out back here in the back on this couch? It's that dastardly piano. I'm glad that got left behind. I couldn't do it anymore.
like I said, I think that's just the best thing to do. Like, look at Nikocado. He, you know, he didn't show anything online until he was finished. And it took him 2 years. So, I'm sure there were a lot of struggles in his journey, you know, that he didn't show. Obese to beast as well. So, I think that's a good idea for me. And I think that you're probably thinking, what's your content going to be? Well, I enjoy my live streams the most. We're going to be doing a lot more content on our couples channel and vlogs around Kuwait until we travel. So check that out. There's some really cool places we're going to be visiting this for the rest of this month. And we aim to have 2 videos a week on the couples channel. And on mine, live streams, you know, in the evenings, here, probably daytime for you guys, my Western friends, well, except for in Europe and Australia. They're so good. And then, probably just like cooking videos, have dinner with me, that kind of thing. Some random vlogs, out and about. But I hopped right back on that treadmill today. So I saw a comment, somebody saying like, if you exercise enough, you could eat more.
That's the only reason she got on there at all. She wants to eat more. It has nothing to do with weight loss or health.
I mean, you still have to count the calories, but when you log any exercise in MyFitnessPal, it does update the calories. To allow you to eat more.
It's not how it's supposed to work. It's actually supposed to work to keep you so that you are still at your caloric deficit. So for me, that'd be like 1,800 calories a day. And then I get on the treadmill and I walk, and I still eat my 1,800 that I'm supposed to be at, but that it allows me to eat where I should be eating so that it's training my body the amount that I need to have, without overeating or anything. And then that exercise is just extra that takes off of it. So it helps you lose just a little bit quicker while getting healthier. You know, if she really was concerned about working out and eating more, she should get into bodybuilding. Um, the more muscle you have on your body, the more that you require for fuel, which would increase her caloric um, intake a lot. But it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of follow through. It's really a big deal to do bodybuilding and get it to the point that you are increasing what you have to eat to maintain where you are.
Like I said, there's no point in me making weight loss videos when people are just going to not believe in my journey anyway until there's more progress. So,
Well, you're a proven liar.
I can just keep that to myself for now. And go from there. So, yeah, that was like super delicious. I was so hungry. That's what happens when you skip breakfast. Not a good idea. But when you're busy, you don't think about food as much, which is like a good thing, you know? So it's when you're stealing and you're bored, you think more about it and you let that noise come in your head. So, yeah.
Well, sometimes when you're too busy to eat, when you deal with the struggles that she does, when you do finally sit to eat, it causes you to go overboard.
Really busy this morning and I didn't have time to eat breakfast, so now I'm shoving in noodles. But I can't wait to just like relax this evening. We're gonna watch Smile 2. It looks really creepy. We saw the trailer. So anyway, let me know how you like your noodles. If you try this recipe, let me know. And thanks for watching. Thanks for having dinner with me. I hope you have something delicious yourself. And I'll see you guys in the future.
Okay, so that is the end of that. I had already decided that I wanted to do this video, and I was really kind of irritated and disappointed with what she gave us, and I really thought it could have been more. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We have Foodie's reaction, and now if you would be so kind as to allow me the honor to um, travel with you guys through time and space, I'm going to very quickly transport you to my kitchen. If my internet will decide to stay here.
Hey guys, so we just finished reacting to Foodie's best Indomie recipe, or instant noodles, or ramen, whatever you want to call it. Um, and I didn't really feel like that reaction was enough. So I decided to bring you all to my kitchen and see which recipe you think is better. There's multiple ways to cook this recipe. Today I'm doing the fastest way to do this because I generally make this as like a really quick dinner for my husband. So I thought I would show you the quickest way to go about it, and then you guys can tweak it from there. So today we're going to be making a play on pad thai. The first thing that I do, I have my meat and veggies here. They're cooking away. Today, since we are doing this the fast way, I am using this dinner set. However, I'm not using the sauce from this. I will save that later to do like fried rice and egg rolls and stuff like that. So because we're just needing the veggies, I already put that back in the freezer. And we're gonna let this cook down, and then we'll get working on our ramen. And I'm also gonna show you how to make the sauce. For the meat and vegetables, you can do this however you want it, whatever veggies you want. If I have a lot of extra time, because it takes about 30 minutes longer to do it the other way, you slice your meat up as thinly as you want it, whatever kind of meat you want. And then you chop up whatever veggies you want to go in it. So you really can customize this so many ways. But like I said, for a really fast version, we're going to do it this way because everything's par cooked already. You throw it in and you just heat it up. So I'm going to let this cook down for a little bit, and then we're going to come back and we'll start our noodles, and I'll show you how to make our secret sauce. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes and our meat is thoroughly heated up. Our veggies are starting to soften. I have our water in the back boiling. So we're going to go ahead and make our ramen, but we're going to make it a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and dump the seasoning in because we're going to completely drain these noodles off. So we want to make sure we get that seasoning in there really well um, before we're done cooking this. The other thing that really helps with this dish um, is because we don't want the crazy long noodles, is to take your brick and oh, if I can, it might not let me. Oh, there we go. We're going to take this and we're going to break our brick in half and then put it in to finish cooking it.
Okay, before anybody panics and worries about anything, first of all, this is extremely weird to sit here and just be watching myself talk for no reason. But if you noticed all the spillage from my noodles there, I do in fact own a broom and I did in fact clean it up. Just didn't want you to think we were going rosy over here.
So, and then while this is going, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys um, how to make the sauce that we're going to do. This really is to taste. So depending on how sweet you like things, how spicy you like things. So I'm going to do the base that we usually do. And then you guys are feel free to mess around with it, change it. If you guys try this recipe, send me your recipes. Tell me how you do it. Send me pictures. We have the official email now, so you guys can send me pictures and share your lives with me, just like I get to share mine with you. So we are going to, let me get it so you guys can see it a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with peanut butter. Peanut butter is the easiest way to do this because pad thai is a peanut sauce recipe. And peanut butter just be this. Oh my goodness. Seems to be the best way to go about building this sauce. if I can get it open. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, and my husband really likes honey. So I know this looks like a lot, guys. Um, we are going to be starting with about 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. Then, as our favorite Miss Rosie says, garlic. We go through about one of these a week because we use it also for medicine. We do all natural pure honey with garlic in it, and it works as a type of. My husband likes a lot of garlic, so we're doing a lot here. But it works as like a makeshift antibiotic. We're going to go ahead, and this one is also kind of to your taste. Um, I do about 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Then we're going to do some ground ginger. And like I said, if you guys don't like some of this stuff, leave it out. It's really to taste. We are also going to do some onion powder. Oh, I almost forgot. And we're going to do pepper. However, we will not be putting salt in here because the soy sauce has a lot of salt. And we're going to move some of our juice in here. And then my husband really likes spicy, so we're doing sriracha to taste. And let's get these split up a little bit. Okay, so our noodles are looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my meat off. And part of what we're going to do to help us emulsify the sauce is I have a third of a cup measuring cup here. And we're going to put that right on in there in our sauce. So, and once we have that in, we're going to go ahead and we're going to let that help to melt down some of the peanut butter that we have going on in here. And this is going to be, since we didn't use the beef broccoli sauce, this is what we're going to actually put over our meat. So we've got that to where it's now a sauce consistency. We don't just have big piles of peanut butter. Sometimes we also like to use crunchy peanut butter so that you get some of that crunch along with the veggies and then the sauce of the noodles. So we're going to put our sauce in here. And I went ahead and I turned the heat off because we really don't want this to burn at all or for that sugar and the peanut butter to caramelize. We just want it to be a real nice, warm, nutty flavor. So with the sauce just on here, this is what we are looking like right now. And I'm going to go ahead and drain the noodles and then we'll start getting this plated up so you guys can see. Okay, so I cleaned up all of my mess because I really like to clean as I go along so I don't have to come back and spend a lot of time cleaning later. We also have all of our noodles are completely drained. This is definitely not the serving that I make for myself. This is what I fix for my husband because he does work an extremely labor-intensive job, and so he needs the extra calories, and he needs to have a lot of carbs and stuff to recover what he lost throughout the day. So we have our noodles down, and you can do it with any noodles you want, really.
Okay, so when I said you could do it with any noodles, you could do it with any flavor ramen. You could do it with glass noodles. You could do it with rice noodles. Sometimes we even, if my husband's gonna be home by himself, I will cook all of the side stuff. I'll cook the meat and veggies and stuff and leave it in a container. And then he'll pull out one of the little plastic containers of like the teriyaki noodles and he'll cook that up and then pull out however much of the veggies and stuff that he wants and puts that on top. There are really so many options for you to do this with. I've also been really wanting to try, I haven't tried it yet. I want to make the the meat and vegetables with the peanut sauce and then stuff that in inside of egg roll wrappers, and either fry them or bake them and see how that comes out. Because I don't know, in my head, it just sounds like it would be amazing.
Um, and then we're going to take our veggies and sauce, and we're going to plate that right on top of here. Then you have a couple of different options. At this point, if you wanted to, you could add in fresh peanuts. You could add, sometimes my husband really likes me to make a fried egg, and I'll fry an egg up and we'll sit it right in the center so that when he cuts into it, we get the runny yolk everywhere. And always, like I said, he loves spicy. So whether there's an egg on top or it's just like this, I pull the sriracha out and we just go right over it like that. You can also serve this with egg rolls, wontons, um, spring rolls, really whatever you want. Um, but this is one of my favorite ways to make instant noodles. And I love it because on top of getting the how fast it is and the ease of it, we walk away getting veggies, meats, a little bit of extra protein from the peanut butter, and then we also get the carbs from the noodles. So I really think Foodie could have done more with what she offered us. So I thought I would give you guys my take on it and see what you guys think. Whose recipe is better? This might just be the instant noodle showdown. Um, hers or mine? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge.
Okay, guys.
Hey guys,
Whoa,
so
we don't want that again. So that was my reaction to Foodie's retro cooking, while also sharing my recipe. I was trying to give you guys the type of cooking video you deserved to get the first time around, and also maybe give you guys, a chance to try something new. One of our biggest things is, Thai food is not always very accessible around here, and a lot of the restaurants that we have are expensive. And so this is one of the ways that we can have access to Thai food. Um, Probably a little bit healthier than what we get in the stores, because, well, at the restaurants, because we don't have all the extra stuff that they throw in, to really make it extra palatable. And this meal that I just made, it cost me about $4.76 total to make it. For me to go to my favorite Thai restaurant, which is a place called Penang, um, to get the same size plate that I made for my husband there, it would cost us about $15 plus tax plus tip. It's not really affordable for a family that is on a single income budget. So, but like I said, if you guys try this, let me know. I welcome pictures of what you guys cook, your versions of it. Um, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this aspect of it. Remember, the person who suggested this video, they're going to be linked in the description below for you guys to go check them out and let them know I sent you. Um, and then I need to remind you guys that I need you to be good and behave yourselves. But if you can't, do it right and make me proud, and then post it online so we can talk about it later. Bye, guys.